You think the universe out there is the coldest place? Wrong. The greatest icy nightmare is right under our feet. A colossal masterpiece called Russia. Past the endlessly mysterious taiga forests, we reach Baikal. Who would have thought the deepest freshwater lake on the planet is coyly hiding in this barren land? But greatness isn't just in nature. Look at these endless coastlines. Did you know this country is so vast, it literally swallows 11 consecutive time zones? What does that mean? It means, while a family in the west is gathering around a warm, misty dinner, in the vast, distant east, the bright dawn is already calling fishing boats out to sea. One country, two parallel realities of time. Isn't that magical? It's as if the Earth's rotation has to bow to their borders. The entire global time zone map is warped just by a single empire. When winter falls, Baikal freezes into a giant mirror, hiding terrifying secrets over 1,600 meters down beneath the permafrost. But miracles always exist. Despite the freezing cold on these steep, rocky shores, the waves keep crashing. And unique creatures like this Baikal seal, they still swim freely. Do you ever wonder what power nature bestowed upon them? Don't confuse this place with noisy, tropical rainforests. This land is actually a giant biological laboratory set up by Mother Nature herself. Welcome to the kingdom of the taiga coniferous forest. Forget human borders. Billions of towering pine trees dominate a massive area, stretching as far as the eye can see and guarding the legendary Ural mountains. Under the bone-chilling climate, this ecosystem doesn't die. It's a green lung, silently absorbing millions of tons of carbon to save the Earth. Just temporarily wearing a gorgeous white cloak of snow. And here is the fateful milestone. A strip of land straddling both Europe and Asia. Those towering rocky cliffs are the boundary dividing two worlds. Two cultures right inside a single, unified nation. But wait. Here comes the plot twist. Despite the supersized territory, the population map crams everything into the big western cities, leaving the entire vast Siberia like a lonely giant, forgotten in the ice. The heart of that loneliness is Oymyakon, known as the pole of cold for human habitation in the entire world. At a freezing -71 degrees Celsius, if you turn off your car engine, it will literally turn to stone forever. The layout of this tiny village survives, thanks to blazing heating fires. Fighting hand-to-hand with the icy Grim Reaper every single day, survival here is no longer an instinct, it's an art of resistance. The people don't surrender. They choose to become one with the snow and ice. But harsh nature can't stop the ambition to rise. Superb icebreakers are plowing through the northern coast, opening a new era. Are you ready to see them conquer the frozen ocean? You think ice and snow can stop the Russians? Not a chance. The ambition to reach the open sea forged a survival strategy at all costs. They had to find warm water ports that never freeze over. That very ambition ignited fierce confrontations. Just look, even the mighty Ottoman Empire was dragged into a bloody vortex to fight for control over the brutal Black Sea. And so, the giant's footsteps continued crunching through the snow, marching straight toward the brilliant east, reaching all the way to the bustling port of Vladivostok on the Pacific coast. How do you hold on to such a colossal territory? The answer lies in a mega-project spanning over 9,200 kilometers. The legendary Trans-Siberian Railway was officially born. Despite the brutal terrain and agonizing construction, this record-breaking feat truly connected the two halves of the continent. like a ribbon of steel draped across the world. It wasn't just a path for migration. It was an artery pumping sheer military power. Massive trains screeched through the white snow, allowing the central government to plant its roots and seize control over every last inch of distant land. But the real treasure guarding this nation isn't buried in a mine. It's general winter, an invisible weapon capable of shifting the entire course of human history. In 1941, the infamous Nazi war machine rolled in, and then what? They slammed right into a wall of blizzards. Machinery froze solid. Tens of thousands of soldiers collapsed from frostbite. The bone-chilling cold completely swallowed the enemy's morale. Every invasion deteriorated into an exhausting war of attrition. The enemy crumbled and shattered before they could even clash, ushering in the dark era of the Cold War. Do you know the most terrifying thing about this period? It was the cities that were completely erased from the map, as if they never existed on Earth. Hidden deep behind barbed wire were secret bases, where brilliant minds worked day and night to develop nuclear weapons. A breathtakingly high-security system created communities completely isolated from the rest of humanity. Taking a step back into the past, how did these phantoms find such vast forests to hide in? Thanks to crazy expeditions, the speed of Russia's ancient territorial expansion was unimaginably fast. Starting entirely from the desire to hunt for expensive furs, brave groups of people crossed the majestic Ural mountains. Wherever they went, defense lines were set up, and the country's size just kept swelling like a massive oil spill. Reaching all the way to the Pacific is impressive, but, ironically, the population distribution defies all logic. Despite its vastness, the entire Asian side is terrifyingly sparse, while all the elite and vitality are crammed into the tiny European land out west. This ultimate imbalance created a massive center of political power, but it had to carry an oversized geographical body on its back. Owning the largest landmass in the world, yet they had to learn how to rule one of the most sparsely populated and harshest kingdoms ever known. And the strangest part, there is a piece of their very own flesh and blood territory completely cut off, drifting all the way to the Baltic Sea. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind geographical entity known as Kaliningrad. Nestled right in the heart of Europe, Kaliningrad isn't just a forgotten piece of land. A historical plot twist turned it into a heavily armed naval base, a vanguard fortress where the giant extends its reach to the west. Imagine a highly sensitive zone sandwiched right between the EU and NATO. Its very existence is like a stealth dagger, always ready to flip the entire European political chessboard. And what happens when you have too many neighbors? It means your borders are always subject to adjustments. You might fall asleep in one country today and wake up to find the border has shifted somewhere else entirely. Stretching over 20,000 kilometers, this massive border is like a tight embrace around the northwest. An embrace wide enough to protect, but tight enough to make any foreign power think twice. Circling past distant maritime borders to reach the Far East bordering Asia, Russia is no longer just a country. It has transformed into a colossal bridge connecting two ends of the continent. Possessing such an oversized frame, their foreign policy gamble always requires an ironclad security layout. One wrong move, and that entire giant geopolitical system will tremble. But would you believe it? Climate change accidentally handed them a goldmine. The ice is melting rapidly, and the freezing Arctic Ocean is suddenly swinging its doors wide open. A brand new vital waterway has emerged, saving an incredible amount of time and cutting thousands of nautical miles. Now, Mighty fleets of nuclear icebreakers are roaring through the waves, slashing global shipping costs to an unimaginable level. This isn't just climate change, it's a massive geographical realignment, promising to usher in a new era of economic innovation that turns ice into dollars. But ultimately, what is the soul of this kingdom? Hidden beneath that ice is the astonishing cultural diversity of a multi-ethnic nation. From indigenous tribes riding reindeer across the pure white snow, to minority communities carrying the proud blood of warriors. A mosaic of cultures forged autonomous republics inside a vast empire, balancing power and freedom. This shared identity fuels immense strength, but also a historic challenge. How do you govern a giant that never stops expanding? Perhaps Lake Baikal still holds the answer.